Presidential aspirants for the 2019 election in the All Progressives Congress will pay 45 million naira to obtain the party's expression of interest and nomination forms to stand a chance of contesting in the direct primaries stated for 20th September. Aspirants for the governorship post are expected to pay 22.5 million naira for both expression of interest and nomination forms, while the latter costs 20 million naira. The expression of interest form costs 2.5 million naira. House of Assembly aspirants will have to pay 850,000 naira, while aspirants into the House of Representatives are to pay 3.8 million naira, while the Senate 7 million naira. With me in the studio to discuss this issue is an APC Chieftain and Assistant Legal Advisor to the All Progressives Congress, Toke Benson. Thank you very much for finding time to come.
Thank you.
45 million naira, or is it 45.5 million naira? Someone jokingly said it would take only a few honest Nigerians can have that in their life savings. Others are saying it's quite outrageous for quite a number of reasons. One, at a time where it's important that we demonetize the electoral process, at a time where it is required that less corrupt people have the advantage of getting tickets via political parties. Also at a time where we just passed the not too young to run bill as law. I know that you are the assistant legal advisor to this party and you have the responsibility of defending them. But what's your personal reaction to all of this?
To the 45 million naira, I don't think it's as outrageous as people are making it out to be. I wouldn't expect a young school graduate to want to contest for president. The presidency of the nation is not something for the not too young to run. Not that I don't support young candidates or young aspirants, but we need to take some things very, very seriously in this country. Not at this point where we're at. And the presidency of the country is not for a sole candidate. It usually is for a particular group of people. When we have, if I want to run for president now, it's not going to be about me. It's going to be about a certain group of people who believe in me, who think I can do the job, to come together and say, okay, we believe so much in you, we're going to be sponsoring you for this post. It's not about a certain individual.
And that is why we saw a group of people pay for Mr. President, as
That's
we
correct.
saw earlier. But how do you react to the position of the opposition party? They are saying that this amount violates the Section 91, subsection 9 of the Electoral Act that provides that no individual or other entity shall donate more than 1 million naira to any candidate.
Well, 100 people can donate 45 million naira at
means they're not
500,000 each.
Okay.
They still are not contravening any law.
That law says individual or other entity.
Yeah, individual person donates 500,000 or other entity. Well, I think if they really think it's in contravention of the law, we can test it in the law courts.
Awesome. Okay, so we understand that female aspirants can get 50% discount. And but wouldn't that be saying, you said earlier, the young people, you don't expect young people who can cough out for 5
for
million
the presidency,
to run for presidency, but you expect women who can, cough out 20 million naira to attempt.
That's for the governorship, right?
For the presidency. What they're saying is 50% discount for women.
We have, like I said, honestly, you would not have a single sole individual contesting for presidency.
Okay.
It has to be an amalgamation of ideas, a group of people who believe in a particular person. It wouldn't be just me, Toke Benson, seeking to run for president. And even if it's Toke Benson seeking to run for president, at 20 million naira for the highest office in the land, I don't think there's anything wrong in it.
It's looking like it's going to be a very interesting election because there are quite a number of people coming out to run for presidency. But do you see a female candidate emerging from the All Progressives Congress?
Well, I'm not sure if there's any female candidate, or aspirant for the All Progressives.
So that means the discount is really just on the papers. Nobody will be paying
Well,
less
the discount is a blanket discount.
Okay.
The 50% is a blanket discount. I'm going to be running for House of Reps in Ikeja, and I'm going to be paying 1,950,000. I've worked for over 30 years in my life. I should be expected to have 1,950,000. If I don't have 1,950,000, then I won't have any business running for elections. Because there's some things we need to take seriously.
Are you concerned about how much money politicians spend during the electoral process? Because this is just the entry point. Recently, INEC was talking about how to tackle the issue of buying and selling votes in the forthcoming governorship election in Osun State, just like what we saw in Ekiti, where people literally, allegedly, had to show party agents the party they voted for to get money.
I've had this conversation severally, and I've said we have gotten to a point in our nation where the electorate no longer trusts politicians. And they're tending to believe whatever I can get now is what I'm going to use for the next 4 years.
That's right.
But I explain to a lot of people, if you sell your votes for 500 naira, you have 4 years to spend that 500 naira. Why not leave that aside and just face who the good candidates on the ballots are? You have the choice to go after who you think can run that country or that state properly, instead of the immediate monetary gains. I think it's basically electoral education.
So if you don't expect young people to run for presidency, what office exactly would you advise they run for? I'm looking at the amount now. It appears that the least amount of money here is 850,000 naira. You'll be amazed that not many young people can even offer that at a time like this. If
you say young people, what age are you looking at?
Well,
young
the new
school
age
leavers
now is 18.
I would not expect an 18-year-old.
But that's what the law stipulates.
Yeah, the law can stipulate that. It's like saying my son, who's supposed to be in college, is running for president.
You don't feel there's any 18-year-old Nigerian who has the capacity to lead?
Lead in what aspect?
In
presidency?
Politically?
Legislation?
That's what I asked. That what role or what office do you see a young person, vie for in this forthcoming election?
I would expect an 18-year-old, if you really want to join the electoral process, to start from the wards, from the councillorship. Okay. It's a legislative duty. From there, then you build on your career, and I would not expect to find an 18-year-old in any House of Assembly. I would expect an average 18-year-old to be in college or learning a vocation. We also need educated people out there. We don't need young school leavers in government.
APC Chieftain and Assistant Legal Advisor to APC, Toke Benson, thank you for joining us on the news.
Thank you very much.